I'm honored to be here tonight to celebrate Gladys Cruz, one of, if not the most influential people on my personal and professional development journey. And I will add, Jim, that I am a proud participant in the Puerto Rican Hispanic Youth Leadership Institute. Higher education wasn't something valued within my Catholic, Puerto Rican, and Italian family, especially not for women in our family. Gladys, however, blazed a trail through our cultural and generational norms and created an environment and an example of all that someone, a woman, could accomplish when they had the will to do so. Gladys was always my favorite and closest aunt growing up. We had a lot in common, mostly because we were committed to our education and had an awareness of the social and political environment that we'd often discuss, especially during college when I'd stop at her house late at night after finishing work for a late dinner and a chat, or in law school when she was teaching me how to cook so I didn't literally starve when I moved away from my family for the first time. There was always this added layer of culture to contend with that dictated that women didn't seek academic excellence, that we didn't strive to excel in a career field, a cultural glass ceiling, if you will. One that we instinctively knew would not and could not limit our potential as individuals or as women in our chosen fields. I can honestly say I'm not sure that I would have finished or attempted law school if it hadn't been for my Aunt Gladys, being both my biggest cheerleader and my most honest critic. I clearly remember the first time a friend working in education realized that Gladys was my aunt and asked if I could introduce her. That's sort of an expectation when your family member's like Angelina Jolie, not a local school superintendent. However, Gladys excels in all things, and locally within the education crowd, she's sort of a legend. I have the utmost respect for educators, for all of you. I know that I don't have the patience, the commitment, or honestly the energy to work with kids all day, but I could list the teachers and professors I've had that have influenced my development. And from friends, I've heard about teachers that have literally saved their lives. You're all someone's hero, and you've had an undeniable impact on someone's life, so thank you so much. And Gladys instilled a sense of pride in the person that I am as a member of her family, as a Puerto Rican woman, and as a professional, and a foundation that as a person, I could achieve any goal I set for myself in life. Your next president has a love for teaching, a dedication to uplifting the people that she encounters, and a relentless and unwavering belief that anyone, regardless of their circumstances, can overcome any obstacle they might encounter in life. That fortitude is contagious, it's inspiring, and when it's directed at you, it makes you feel invincible, like you can achieve absolutely anything. I owe so much to this woman. I'm so incredibly honored to be here to celebrate tonight. Dr. Gladys Cruz.
Good evening. Thank you for your kind words, Seth. Carmelita, thank you. And thank you, Jim. Those words mean the world to me. I am honored to be here and look forward to working with all of you over the next year. I want to thank my mentors in the room, coaches, board members, higher ed partners, my staff, AASA staff, past presidents, former executive director, district superintendent, peers, and all of you superintendent colleagues for being here tonight. I also want to thank a small group of my family. Can you please stand? Thank you for being here. I love you. I am proud to represent you as president of AASA, whose mission is to advocate for equitable access for all students to the highest quality public education and develop and support school system leaders. I am also very proud to work for Questar Threbosis, an organization whose mission is changing lives, realizing dreams, and doing together what can't be done alone. And whose tagline is putting students first. Ultimately, as CEOs of our systems, we are all in the dream business, ensuring students of all ages, abilities, backgrounds, gender, sexual identity, and interests pursue their passions and their aspirations. Public education has been and remains the foundation of our democracy. It levels the playing field where knowledge becomes power and a catalyst for success. I am here thanks to public education and the many teachers who pushed me to dream big. It is within our schools where dreams are nurtured and encouraged, and where our learners create their paths to their futures and to become lifelong learners. As superintendents, we have the potential to change the lives of those we work for and work with. And in many cases, we don't even realize or appreciate the impact that we have on others. As John Dewey said, and I quote, "Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself." And I totally agree. We learn something new every day. We are at a pivotal time in our world and a critical time in public education. The role of the superintendent has changed immensely over the past few years, yet is more important than ever. Data suggests that there has been a sea of change in the superintendency since 2020. During a time when we have been impacted by a worldwide pandemic, natural disasters, technological advances, educator shortages, and the banning of books, among other challenges. These challenges require us to reflect on how our profession must change to align with the current reality. How we can collectively, with our association, lead our schools into the new era. Let me share 10 technologies that the McKinsey Group has identified, and they believe that these have the potential to disrupt the status quo or alter the way we live. These were part of the McKinsey Technology Trends Outlook 2022, published in August 2022. Mobile internet. An additional 4.3 billion people could have access by 2025. Artificial intelligence. We've heard a lot about that lately. Machine learning and user interfaces, such as speech and gesture recognition technology. Some things will increase productivity or eliminate some work. Virtual and augmented reality. Goldman Sachs is predicting this will become an $80 billion market by 2025. Cloud technology. Nearly all IT services and apps, as you know, can be delivered through the cloud. Internet of Things. In the next decade, the number of devices connected to the internet could jump from 9 billion to 1 trillion. Advanced robotics. Advances to AI, machine vision, Virtual sensors, hydraulics, and materials will change the way products and services are delivered. Biometric technology. This is very interesting. A survey of security professionals revealed that 72% of companies are planning to drop traditional passwords by 2025. This will give rise to new authorization services such as face, voice, eye, hand, and signature identification. 3D printing. 3D printing could enable unprecedented levels of mass customization and dramatically reduce the cost of supply chains. Genomics. Genetic engineering technology will grow with faster computer processing speeds. And blockchain, best known in the context of Bitcoin, a recent report showed 64 different uses of blockchain across 200 companies. The McKinsey Group emphasizes the importance of anticipating future needs through employee changes. The World Economic Forum concurs with McKinsey on these advances. The role of the superintendency remains the critical role that can change systems for the better with each of you at the helm. I am so glad to see my colleague and friend, President Ramsamy, here. Can you please stand? He's the president of one of the most future-trended two-year colleges in the nation, Hudson Valley Community College in Troy, New York. They are preparing to launch an applied technology education center, a workforce development center to prepare future workers in our region. This workforce development center will prepare the next generation workforce with the latest technologies in partnership with the P12 systems and other stakeholders. I had the great honor of working closely with Dr. Ramsamy as we launched and we continue to have our STEM high school located on the college campus. We did this during the pandemic. Thank you. Students there will graduate with an associate's degree in computer information systems, engineering technology, environmental science, and health sciences at no cost while they achieve their high school diploma. This is an exciting time, given that our learners have technologies and information at their fingertips that we couldn't even dream when we were going to school. It is at the same time a challenging time, one when we are emerging from a sustained crisis, one that we don't even know the full impact of the pandemic on our learners for probably another decade. These challenges require new approaches to leadership. It requires that we build on the things that many of you are already doing, partnerships with businesses, universities, and others. We must continue to adapt and innovate and find new ways to work together. Ultimately, the success of our individual and collective efforts will depend on how well we collaborate and respond and bring along the new generation of school leaders. It is also a time when policies must be driven by what is happening in the many future-driven systems that you lead and not by schools of the past. As superintendents, we have the power to safeguard education as a fundamental right for all students to shape their own destinies and succeed. We must do it for Alina, Gianna, Jaden, Ariana, Declan, Ethan, Nicholas, Magdalena, Andrea, and for the other 50 million students in our P12 systems. As president of AASA, I look forward to leading with you in this new era, one where we must focus on new approaches to new challenges, bringing our profession to the next level. Together, we will nurture hope, the promise of public education, whether that is of a single child or of an entire system, for a better, more inclusive, and more prosperous future for all. Our children deserve nothing less. On behalf of AASA, thank you for giving me the gift of serving you. Have a great rest of your evening and conference. Gracias.